Hi Leo, this is your guys' reading for Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs. Please keep in mind that this is a general reading and that this is not going to resonate for every single Leo out there. Feel free to check out any other placements in your birth chart. They may resonate with you even more. So I'm going to quickly shuffle the cards here, Leo. Just give me one moment, please. I am so excited to finally announce that I have my own line of candles. If you guys are interested in any of the candles that I've created, please check it out in the description box, as well as using the promo code Shae208. That will give you free shipping above anything that's $50 and up in purchase. If you guys are interested in learning about the significance between each candle, I created a video. Check it out, you guys. Thank you for supporting me, my channel, and my friend. Thank you. Okay, Leo. The main collective for Leo, what I am seeing already for you guys, and let me just say, Leo, for all three fire signs, I have probably this is my third take on doing your guys' reading. So I don't know why it is, but for some reason, and every time I did your guys' reading, it fell off, or it was just really heavy, dense energies, or there was constant a lot of interruptions, or one time I messed up on the videos, on the actual filming of the video. It was like so weird, and it was only the fire signs. I was just really struggling to get it out there. And I'm wondering, like, is this the collective of the fire signs going through a lot? And it feels like they are, like, through like relationships or even work. It's just like, man, like it just feels like a lot of you guys are going through it. And I feel like with this, now this is going to be for every Leo, correct? So take it how it applies. So for some of you guys, this could be work, or this could be even dating. So say if this is work, right? You're waiting for like a message from like your boss, you're waiting for like a message from somebody that you're dating. There's something here about waiting on a message or waiting for a sign. And it's almost like you guys are kind of putting a part of yourself on pause or on hold. You're not really aware of everything that's going on. Like, it's almost like you guys are waiting for this person, or you're waiting for this message, but you guys are not moving. It's almost like you guys are kind of just like standing still, like you're waiting on that ex, or you're waiting on something to manifest or materialize, or you're waiting for it feels like a message. It feels like something that you're waiting to get like the okay on, or am I gonna get this promotion, or can I do this, or can I do that? It's like something about maybe relying on a message or somebody around you right now, Leo. And I'm getting this sense too that a lot of you guys have maybe even persevered to try and get what you want. I feel like you guys have been it's like having to learn, like maybe you guys were a little too patient, right? You're like, I've been patient, I've tried to, it's almost like something is being put on hold, and it's kind of bugging you guys because there's this sense of almost not wanting to wait. There's like a little bit of impatience here, because there's something about like you're aware that this can make a lot of money, or you're aware that it's almost like you want just this person or this relationship, or there's something that you have that's kind of like the apple of your eye right now that you really want to get, Leo. But it's almost like there's been delays, or things have been kind of getting put off. So it's almost like there is this sense of frustration because you almost feel so sure of something, or that this is like the right way, but it's like constantly met with delays. And I get the sense as well too, is maybe you have somebody here, Leo, that it could be a relationship, or again, a coworker or a boss or something in your life where you are kind of waiting on this person to reciprocate back, or to follow up on their promise, or to do what they said they're going to do. And it's like you're kind of realizing, Leo, that this person just gives you a lot of burdens, or they never follow through, or there's always some kind of excuse, or this person blames others for what's going on. And it just feels like there is this, like, I don't really want to let this individual go, but at the exact same time, I almost get this feeling that they're not going to really change, or it's like you have to really pull your weight and maybe even some of their weight as well. So there is this sense of like you kind of having to also take on this person's burdens. I'm also getting to that if you're around somebody at this time, Leo, they might be sad or down or out, and they're expecting you to feel the way that they feel. So if you come in all happy and you're dealing with a spouse or somebody and they're in a bad mood, they almost feel offended that you're in a good mood. It's like they want you to be miserable with them, and it could be weighing you down. It could be making it kind of tough or hard for you, Leo, because there is this sense of like being around maybe even Debbie Downers, right? Being around people that are not contributing to where you want to go. So there's again a little bit of frustration there as well. And I just kind of get this feeling, Leo, that you're kind of in this stage of really trying to maybe organize your life a little easier, or just kind of, there's this sense of, how can I get to point A to point D or point C? There's this frustration because it seems like there's a lot of roadblocks, or just again, you're around people as well that I just don't think are actually helping you out in any way either. It's like there again is just this sense of frustration. Now, I feel like a lot of you guys, you're going to walk away from this, Leo, because you're realizing that there's just no true happiness in this anymore. I do believe you guys have outgrown this situation, Leo. So whatever this is that you are dealing with or that you're waiting on, eventually you might just learn to walk away from it. You might realize it's not worth waiting for, or it's not worth dealing with. There's definitely something here about having to get past a period of waiting or a period of frustration. I think you guys are going to come down to your decision as well. And I am getting that you guys are no longer going to want to deal with the conflict. Like I said, you could have been dealing with somebody who isn't going to really change. They have like a million excuses for their behaviors or their actions. And I just kind of get the sense that you're almost done with it, Leo. You're just kind of sick and tired of attracting the same type of people or dealing with somebody who just can't take accountability. It's like you're really realizing, Leo, you're kind of almost, for some of you guys, if you're leaving a relationship, you might say like, I'm better off single. There is definitely this sense of you guys finally starting to take control a little bit more of your life, Leo. And I do see justice coming at the bottom of the deck here. Now, how I'm seeing this is you walking away is actually going to kind of set things in balance for you, because I feel like you guys did a lot of this work. Whatever this is, whatever connection you've been in, you did a lot of the work, Leo, and you're kind of sick of it now. You're like, you know what, no. And you walking away is what is actually going to give you, it's like, whether you realize it or not, Leo, you walking away from this situation, or you no longer involving yourself in this type of toxicity or in this type of disappointment, is actually going to be benefiting you way down the line, as well as it's going to just give you a sense of this burden being lifted off of your shoulders. Because I just get this sense here, Leo, that you're carrying around other people's baggage as well, because you could have had somebody who was constantly trying to get you to take their baggage, right? Like, oh, I'm sad, so you have to feel sad. Oh, I'm upset because I'm offended by you speaking the truth. And it's like, you just never could win with this person, or you could never win in this situation. And you're realizing that it's like, at this point, you're better off just walking away and licking your wounds and giving yourself time than to stick around in a situation that is ultimately not going to serve you in the long run. Because again, this situation is like a burden. you know, and I think you're ready. You're ready to move on. You see it for what it is. You're aware of what it is. And I feel like you're just finally done here, Leo. You're realizing your happiness is not here and it's blocking your blessings, it's blocking your situation. And it's like, it's almost like it's time to turn the page. It's time to start a new chapter, right? Or to start a new novel. It's time to move on. You know, you can't live the same story over and over again. You can't deal with this type of toxicity when you've already mastered the lessons, you've already learned the situation, and it's just time to move forward. So we have here the 7th house and we have the 10th house. Now, we also have Jupiter and Virgo. And what I'm going to say here, Leo, is the focal point that you guys might be having around this time that you're listening to this video is that you guys are going to be noticing the way that your friends are, the way that your lover is. You're going to start noticing the way that maybe you even socialize. There is going to be this understanding of, oh, it's almost like you guys are going to be changing a pattern on how you relate to others because you're no longer waiting around or because you're no longer tolerating the same situations. You're going to start noticing that people around you may become a little uncomfortable, or some people might be drifting away. Maybe work at this time is going to be a huge focal point for you guys as well. There's definitely something here about even dealing with coworkers or even having to deal with people as customers, right? You're going to notice even maybe the way that you relate to your customers is going to get better, is going to get easier for you because you're not tolerating certain things in your environment. It's actually going to start to impact your career or your job, and I feel like it's going to do that in a more positive light because, say for instance, if this is an ex, this ex is immature, was not benefiting you in any way. If anything, they were hindering you more. They could have been not giving you what you actually need, Leo. They were not actually meeting your needs. And I get the sense that because you cut that off and then you didn't allow it to come back into your life, and every time that you're around other people, if you see similar habits or similar types of traits in that same person, like a different person but the same traits that you had in that ex, you're no longer entertaining that. You're no longer accepting that. And because of that, you're going to start noticing your reputation change. You're going to start noticing how people are relating to you. You're going to start noticing that things are going to start gravitating more towards you, Leo. And it's because you're finally coming to this expansion. You're reaching this point where you're going to start to accumulate more wealth. You're going to start accumulating more deeper friendships or deeper connections. You guys are going to start expanding your business or start expanding friendships. Or again, there's something in your life, Leo, that's going to start actually taking off for you. It's going to bring in more positivity. Now, with this Virgo card, what I am seeing here is you guys are actually starting to change your ways of thinking, as well as the way that you perceived relationships or even the way you perceived certain problems. So because you guys, and Virgos are very meticulous, they're very smart, they are able to see patterns. Anything that's like Gemini or Virgo, anything that's in the relation with Mercury is very meticulous. They're very intelligent. And I feel like you guys are going to start noticing patterns and you're going to start breaking these patterns. And when you start to break these patterns, you're going to start noticing better things coming in your existence. You're going to start, and it's almost like it's manifesting and materializing in the physical plane. So you're going to start seeing things in the 3D compared to some of my Leos maybe were dealing more on the 5D level. Maybe you're focused more on your beliefs or doing more inner work, or maybe taking time out and really contemplating what you want and writing things down. You guys could be doing more work internally. And now it's almost like it's going to start showing up more in the physical plane. You're going to start seeing the physical results, and it's going to really help increase this abundance that you guys have coming for you, Leo. But I just get that it's because you guys are no longer, it's almost like your standards have risen. You're not tolerating the same types of people. You're not entertaining things that you once would entertain. A lot of you guys are now in your element, right? We have the sun here, and it's interesting because we have the sun in the reverse here, but you walking away, and at the beginning, this could have really injured you, really hurt you, could have been really difficult for you, Leo, but it's almost like it's going to come up in the upright. And it's like you guys are in your own energy. I really see you guys, yes, outwardly focusing in the world, but there is this sense of you not losing yourself. Maybe you used to lose yourself, Leo, in relationships, but there's something right now about you guys focusing out on as service, like maybe you're doing things to help others, or you're just putting yourself out there more with other people, but at the same time you're still in your energy, so you're very magnetic, and a lot of people right now are really drawn to you. You might become kind of an inspiration to others, as well as being a muse to those around you, Leo, because there's something about you guys that you're just shining differently. You're coming off different. And I think it's because you guys are finally starting to let go of things that were really hindering you guys on succeeding or even going more further in life. So it's almost like you guys are starting to become more and more successful or more and more productive. And there is this sense of actually starting to really understand yourself a little bit more. Because you had some low moments, Leo, because you guys have maybe, I get the sense that a lot of you guys could have cried alone or dealt with a lot of emotional baggage alone. And you did the work, you cried it out, you felt it, you expressed it, you really kind of started to see more about who you are and why you're where you're doing and what's going on. And it's almost like that in and of itself is what is actually making you guys a much stronger person, but not only just a stronger person, but you guys are actually starting to become a lot more lighter, and you feel better, and you're going to start being able to prove that more. I just realized I didn't have my light on, but yeah, it's like things are going to be a lot brighter in your future here, Leo. So we have here wisdom. Like I said, I just feel like you guys have you don't need to repeat this lesson anymore. You guys have learned the lesson, and I feel like you guys are moving on to a new state of being. And it might even become a little uncomfortable because it's like getting out of your comfort zone a little bit, or stepping into the unfamiliar or the unknown. Maybe you guys are getting like promoted, or you're, like I said, expanding your business. There's somewhere in your life, Leo, where you're starting to expand in, where things are going to start moving. Things might start actually moving a lot, whether that's in your 7th or your 10th house, or even both, where you're juggling work life and personal life and, all these different people and all these different situations. And I feel like you guys have the wisdom, you have the knowledge. So it's like there is this sense of like, have faith in yourself. You're able to do what you need to do. And it's all about to your mindset, and everything really is. If you think about it, your mind is so powerful, and what we think we become. And I feel like for a lot of you guys, it's shifting the way you view yourself. Like you just tolerated situations where you were around people that belittled you or talked down to you or just didn't give you what you needed, and you accepted the crumbs, or you accepted certain people's behaviors. And it's almost like now you're changing the perception of that and saying, no, I deserve better than that, and I'm not going to allow you to do that, or no, I'm not going to allow this to happen. So it's like you guys are really starting to evolve out of that state. So like I thought, there is this sense of confusion. Remember, you're waiting on a message or you were waiting on something, and there was a part of you guys that maybe even had to take a pause. There could have been a point in time, Leo, where maybe you were confused or still are confused and don't know what direction to go in. There's also this sense of maybe not knowing how to heal this situation or how to let it go. You know, there could be a sense of resistance or this sense of just again confusion, because this person could have played a lot of mind games, or you were just in a situation where it could have just taken a toll on you over time. Like this person could have just worn you down and you needed time to recharge and to heal and to be able to go back to more. It's almost like you had to re-regulate your emotions. So you might have noticed, Leo, like your emotions fluctuating up and down, and that's very normal when you're going through situations where, again, you're getting out of your comfort zone, as well as ending things, or just getting stressed about dealing with anybody that was playing games with you or just being toxic in some way. It can cause a lot of confusion, and it's like that is something that's going to be released. I see this as your confusion will be released. I feel like these two are very tied together. Like there is this sense of when you're going to figure things out. And I think when you do that, Leo, it's going to kind of balance you out too. You're going to mellow out more. You're not going to have so many ups and downs. Like maybe you guys felt like you're on an emotional roller coaster with this person, and maybe you enjoyed the highs, but then sometimes you had really low lows with people. So it's almost like you guys are going to start finding that more healthier balance between relating to other people and maybe not being so up and down emotionally, and that's really going to help you guys out. I feel like some of you guys might become workaholics at this time, Leo. Like I said, the 10th house seems to be a significant focal point for you guys at this point in time. So you guys could be focusing on work or getting stuff done. It's almost like you guys maybe are on a grind, really trying to work hard at this time. I feel like you were around somebody that was fake, somebody that was feeding you lies, that was being deceitful, or again, just there was this sense of this person not really being who they say they were or being authentic, or had some kind of their own hidden agenda. You releasing this person, I feel like you even prayed for a sign, or you could have prayed for some kind of situation to change. And I get this sense here, Leo, that you could have been around people that were very, like I said, just maybe negative, or around somebody that was always couldn't take accountability for their actions. They always had to blame others. And it's almost like now you're in that renewal phase, Leo. You're in that phase now of finally starting to heal and finally starting to find that balance inside yourself again. And again, that balance could be different for everybody. So it's kind of like, what is your balance? And I think that's how we have to look at it, right? A balance isn't 50-50. Maybe you're 20% masculine and 80% feminine, and by just how you are energetically, and that could be your balance, right? Or again, maybe it's a different type of scale. So it is how it is, but wherever you feel the most comfortable, whatever is going to help you be able to handle this, like, because I get this sense of overwhelm here, because it's either you have a lot going on right now currently, Leo, or there's either a pause before the storm, right? There's always that like nothing's happening and then everything's happening at once, or there's like everything's happening at once and then things are going to mellow out. So it depends on where you're at on that timeline, Leo, but it's still kind of the same here. So I'm going to pull a message to close off this reading for the Tea Leaf Oracle message here, just to kind of see what's going on for my Leos at this point in time, what kind of messages do you guys need. But I do see that you walking away was ends up serving you in the long run, and I just feel like you guys are going to get a victory, or you're going to get something out of that, because you sticking to your guns, not allowing somebody to pull you back into the toxicity. So these are a lot of cards. I don't think I want to take these, but I kind of feel like I need to, Leo. So we have here broken ring, parting of the ways in either romance or business. Like I was saying, I felt like this was either romantic or business related, or even both. Maybe you worked with your romantic partner. We have barrel. You feel something is lacking in your life, perhaps love, money, or goals. Yeah, see, and that's again with this confusion. Maybe you're just not sure what direction or how you want to take your business or how you want to handle or work through relationships, or even both, right? We have unicorn. Use your intuition to make beneficial changes. Yeah. And I feel like you guys know this too. Like I said, I just get this feeling that you guys are aware that situation wasn't healthy for you. We have box. You will receive a gift. I think something definitely is going to come into your existence. Like I said, Leo, now you're going to start seeing things in the 3D because I think you guys did a lot of work on yourselves and now things are going to start panning out for you. Then we have your happiness. So I feel like a lot of you guys are on that verge of actually reaching some form of happiness because I feel like, Leo, you put a lot of work in and you started to take care of yourself. You started to give yourself more love, and I just feel like you guys started to make better choices that is going to impact you in a better, more healthier, happier way. We have spear heartache over what you no longer have. Yeah, it's like some of you guys are still in the process of healing from a past connection or an ex or a business situation, something that just felt like it didn't work out in your favor. We have here bow, you are highly thought of. Yeah, you guys might have secret admirers. Like I said, you guys could be other people's muse at this time. There's something here about you guys just starting to kind of come back out. We have your shield. You need to defend yourself. You guys might be a little reactive, a little defensive. Like I did say, Leo, I feel like you guys might have like this emotional roller coaster at this time where you feel really sad and the next minute you're happy and the next minute you're crying, or you're just feeling this sense of overwhelm, right? Maybe you're feeling a little defensive around people around you, so you might be more prone to anger or snapping, but it's only because you guys are doing a lot of this inner work, and I get that this irritation inside of you is kind of coming up so that you can process it, right? So you guys might feel a little defensive or feel a little vulnerable at this time, Leo, and I feel like that is completely natural and normal, and that's a normal reaction to have, especially after dealing with a situation where you feel like, especially when you are still grieving and you're hurt and there's still this sense of detachment, right? So we got the very bottom, lion, time to act. So I feel like you guys are going to start moving in a better direction, especially the second that this confusion gets released or gets cleared up. Then you're going to be able to see the path a lot more clearly. And when you do, Leo, start to take that action, start to move towards those goals or towards whatever it is that you feel drawn to that you know is going to be more beneficial. And of course, you always know if you really sit down and stop and think about it, like, okay, make beneficial changes, think 5 to 10 years down the line, how is this choice that I'm gonna make, how is that going to over time compound? Is it gonna become a positive or is it going to become a negative? So just be a little careful, Leo, about your actions and where you're going to head. But I feel like a lot of you guys are going to start receiving a gift, or you guys are going to receive something that's going to help you guys along your journey, as well as you guys are on the path to happiness. You're on like the pursuit of happiness, and I feel like you guys are going to find it. So that's what I have for my Leos. I hope that this resonates for you guys and helps you in some way. Have a great and wonderful day, Leo. Thank you. Bye.